What's up guys, it's Hedgie and I wanted to give you guys an update on my Reeve character that I've been doing on beta. This is the second character after the first wipe, and if you are interested in the earlier stages or earlier levels, please feel free to reference my other videos. I talk about how I leveled at Self-Found and some of the struggles that I had and some of the gameplay. But after I died to the Taniwas or Kaniwas at level 73 and a half, I went ahead and just started decking this character out. Now this is the claw that I'm using. It's just got crit chance, attack speed, YOLO exalted life gain on hit, but the main kicker here is the 14 life and mana gain on hit. This allows me to do a lot of things like sustaining mana without having to leech and things like that. It's one of the best reasons to go claw. It is augmented with whirling blades, blood magic, and faster attacks. You can see this is very fast movement. I pretty much only use this to find mobs in a map or travel. I usually just straight up run, because the way Reeve works is if you use Reeve and then you use another skill, you lose the Reeve stack. So if you have a 16 stack thanks to Vol Reeve, you're going to lose it if you cast or move or do any other skill. So for the most part, I am just running around, and only when I'm in search of something, or if I'm kind of like going back to a spot, am I using whirling blades. My helmet, Surratt's Nest, is something that I'm looking to replace with just like a 500 to 600 evasion helm with life, chaos res, and accuracy. This did help the earlier levels with the attack speed and crit chance and the movement speed, getting to the next pack just slightly quicker and increasing my clear speed. Now that my crit chance is really good and my attack speed is good, I don't feel like I really need it anymore. So it's probably number one on our top 5 on the to upgrade list. The shield, nothing special. I found this one and I just augmented fire res onto it, and it's just armor evasion shield. It's got Herald of Ice, Life Leech, and Herald of Ash. Now the secondary effect of Herald of Ash is just a prolif, so there's no real like on hit mechanic, and therefore this does not interact with Life Leech, but Herald of Ice does. So when you get explosions on the screen, we see that Herald of Ice explosion does 372 to 557, and that explosion does give me Life Leech, so it's kind of nice added bonus. And I'm running Tri Herald now because the game was changed with reduced mana, and I had to do something about it. I didn't have any mana after Hatred and 2 Heralds, so now I dropped Hatred so I can get more mana, and I'm now running Tri Herald. I will mention that I did kind of buff it up and put a multiplier on the Herald of Ice, and the Herald of Thunder got the Assassin's Mark Curse on hit and then Culling Strike. It's important to know that the Malagaros are pretty hard to color in general, and if it was green I was going to put Culling Strike, if it was red I was going to put Life Leech, so I can get healing on those bolts like I have done in previous characters. Or if it was blue, I would actually put Enervate. Unfortunately, Enervate is the gem that's bugged. Right now, what it does is give you shock chance, and then upon killing a shocked enemy, you get Onslaught for 4+ seconds. But it's bugged where if you shatter a mob, you do not gain Onslaught. Maybe this will get changed, maybe it'll stay that way. But if it does go, if it is fixed, then I definitely want to go 4 blue. That would be ideal. Getting that movement speed and that attack speed is just so good for this Reeve setup. The Carcass Jack is now augmented with melee fizz, multi-strike, fortify, crit damage, and Reeve. If I were to 6-link it, I'd probably go with another blue, as it would be pretty easy to color, and I'd probably put increased AoE, allowing it to be supplemented with power charge on crit or conk effect, whichever I deem is fit for the current situation. But having another blue makes it very flexible. The belt is pretty good. It's got 2 resists and high life, good physical damage. The other mods I don't really need. In fact, I don't even need the lightning res on this. I'd rather trade it in for some strength or flask duration or chaos resist. Like, I can even take out this belt and I'm still way over the cap. We have Blood Dance boots. This is something that I've been using for a long time. It's augmented with HegeBeReave, Lightning Warp, Multi-Strike, and Hypothermia. And mainly this is just because of the colors that I rolled. This is a pure evasion pair of boots, so you're going to have a hard time rolling off colors. So HegeBeReave honestly can be by itself. I found with Multi-Strike, it just kind of like gets you the stacks quicker. So it's more on demand and doesn't make you vulnerable to, you know, incoming projectiles. You can move and get out of the way. The jewelry is nothing special, just life, resist, and some flat fizz. Same thing with the other ring. It gives me stats, both int and strength, that I need to run the gems. And then the neck, nothing special. Ideally it would have crit multiplier, but we're not at that gear level yet. So Taste of Fate, this is the lightning coil in a bottle. Is actually better than the granite flask at mitigating physical damage because I have acrobatics. So even if I had a granite flask with iron skin, it still gets checked by the downside of acrobatics, which is 50% less armor. And it's worth noting that acrobatics also has a secondary downside where it's 30% less chance to block with spells and attacks. However, block chance is so good, 30%, you know, it's not the end all for, you know, that doesn't mean you don't use a shield. It just means you don't get as much. As you can see, I have a 24% block chance at the moment, thanks to, you know, defiance, melee, defiance and precise interception, also weapon artistry. So I'm gonna get a few more block nodes, mainly right here through this command of steel wheel. Once I can get a high enough evasion shield, something like a 1000 plus EV shield with good resist and hopefully block chance as a suffix, this makes this wheel so much better, and it's a direct branch off of this one dex node. So you can hit a 2 jewel slot notable, you can hit this alchemist or profane chemistry life wheel, and you can hit this block wheel. It's very nice, makes this duelist travel much more appealing. Movement speed is key, getting from pack to pack, so this is like kind of like a no-brainer. Going into thick skin to get some status ailment, immunity or resistance. We have Heartseeker. None of this is very different. Right now I'm making my way towards Written in Blood just to get more life and more strength. If I had a good evasion shield, I'd probably get this first and then start filling out this. After I get that, some damage options are fencing, getting 24 fizz, 40 crit, 12 accuracy, and 3 attack speed. And if I really want to go more damage after that, I can go acuities for accuracy, attack speed, or I can go more defenses, deflection, or I could go depth perception, but these would be at the extremely high levels. Keep in mind I'm at level 89. So my defenses are as follows: 600 or over 6,000 evasion, 37% chance to evade, 40% chance to dodge attacks, 30 on spells, resist capped, negative 60 chaos resist, and 8% status ailment avoidance. I didn't pick up Onder's Guile because of the 20% less chance to evade melee attacks. So I am a melee character. I'm often in the heat of battle, very close and close proximity, and I don't want to make myself more vulnerable. I still feel like Onder's Guile is more of a ranged necessity to deal with your own reflection and things like that, but it really punishes the evasion based acrobatics block melee character. So let's talk about the jewels that really highlight this build. This is just a rare jewel that's great for claws in general. 13% fizz, 14% one-handed melee with weapons, and we have 5% crit multi and 7% increased frenzy charge duration. It all synergizes with my build. We have another rare jewel, 13% fizz, 4% attack speed, accuracy, and some resistances, both of which I need. And then we have the kicker jewel, the chill of corruption. Now since I have a really good crit chance and I have Herald of Ice that causes that chill explosion, that shattering effect, this almost like doubles my chances at which I gain souls. So it fills up my HegeBeReave very, very fast, and it makes it much more accessible, and the quality of life is just amazing. As far as frenzy charges, my frenzy charges last 13 seconds thanks to this node right here, frenzy charge duration, and then the jewel. I do get 4% evasion per frenzy charge. I also get other things. I get 2% movement speed per frenzy charge, and since I have a total of 5, I get 10. I get 1% attack speed per frenzy charge because the new frenzy charge does 4% more damage and 4% attack speed. Now since Blood Dance has 3% reduced, I only net 1. So I get 5% attack speed with 5 frenzy charges. But I also get 5% life regen, and I also get 30% increased damage against enemies on low life. So overall, Blood Dance is awesome, and it synergizes with the right hand side of the tree. It's easy access. I get a lot of defensive bonuses and offensive damage. So that was the choice right there. But you're gonna get to see me do a map, and I want you to pay close attention to how fast my HegeBeReave fills up compared to not having this gem, and then, you know, actually watching me carry a single HegeBeReave into pack after pack after pack, and, you know, and you're gonna realize that I don't really need any AoE nodes. Like it used to be that HegeBeReave or Reave characters would utilize some kind of area of effect, but the only AoE that I have is Carcass Jack, 20%, and you'll see that clear speed and just the general movement and combat is very, very fluid because I'm able to retain the HegeBeReave stacks that stand at 5 seconds versus on live, which is 3. So that's the biggest difference. HegeBeReave is much more appealing on beta, and Reave in general is just buffed because of the duration. So we're building up power charges, frenzy charges, relatively easy. What's also nice about certain maps is that you get mobs that gain charges either through slain kin or through the map mod. Gain gain endurance charges, power charges, or frenzy charges. And there's even a Zana daily where you're getting one of each charge. And since I have a node called Magpie, it's a 25% chance to steal a charge upon attack with a claw. So you can see how I'm going through these packs, just obliterating them, and the AoE is really nice. And it's just me writing out the HegeBeReave. We're at a 16 stack. You know, I pretty much have 5 seconds to tag the next pack. That's why the movement speed is key, without using, you know, flicker strike, whirling blades, leaf slam, warp, anything like that. And you can pretty much focus on getting things that promote automation. That's why I have the curse on hit. If I were to curse between packs, I would lose my HegeBeReave, and therefore it's not that good in my opinion. So another thing that's automatic, you know, the frenzy charges gain. I don't have a casting damage taken set up, but at any time if I feel vulnerable, I can always throw in a temp chains, I can always throw a temp chains to slow it down and provide me some more defenses. You know, there are plenty of other options, but this is just how I chose to do it on beta. You can see how fast the Reave stacks. and how fast it takes me to refill it, so that if I do go on a dry streak, it's, you know, readily available. Shattering is key to, you know, rapid refills. So that's pretty much the character. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hop on stream when I go live and ask me there, or you can post in these YouTube comments below. I'll go ahead and post a tree, and I'll post a link to the beta skill calculator. You'll actually need that to be able to analyze and go through it. It won't work through the regular web page because it's closed beta access. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.